What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. It's Monday Night Football, NFL Talk with Jay Money. We got Kelly in Vegas with us. We got Skee Profit here with us, man. It was a good weekend. We're trying to keep it going. But first, how are you guys doing? What's up with you, Kelly? Everything cool with you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool. Yesterday was not very much fun. And you actually asked me before the show, like, yo, there was some hostility in the Wager Talk Slack channel. And I just want to clear the air. I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible. And I love Prez. Obviously, I've worked with him at Wager Talk. We both are co-owners. Obviously, he owns way more than I do. I do love Prez. But, like, at the immediate end of a game, so here's a preface. I said, Jay, Steve Merrill, me, Marco, and Prez are in a pick 5 contest in Vegas. Steve hits us up, says, who wants to join? Of course, I say yes. He says, Jay's in, Marco's in. And then he says, Prez is in. I'm like, fuck. I don't want to be in a contest with Prez. And he's like, why? And I go, because Prez and I are different types of bettors, right? Prez is going to hit those super square dogs, and it's going to piss me off because I'm going to be on the other side. And sure enough, week 2, Prez dumps down Ravens in the chat, or excuse me, Dolphins in the chat. I'm like, oh, I said, go Ravens. I obviously don't want to cheer against our group, but if everybody gets one pick, it's kind of hard. So I kind of was just like, all right, let it be. And as soon as I got an iPad going, a computer going, and a big TV going. Me and Grandma are watching the Saints game. I'm getting pissed by the second. And all of a sudden I look and I'm like, what is happening in Baltimore? It was 31-14 last time I looked. And then I got a Slack message from Prez talking that shit, and I just was not about it. And I just asked him very politely, okay, maybe not very politely, but I asked him very as nice as I could in that moment of time. Prez, tell me the Dolphins was the right side. Just dig down deep in your soul and find a good lie. So yeah, so I apologize. I did not have a good weekend. I had a great time. I went to the Swamp, the University of Florida. I had USF. That was about the highlight of my weekend.
Didn't you have a kicker save you or do something nice for you out there?
I was on that.
Yeah, he did. So I'm sitting next to a guy that works all the USF games, my buddy Dallas, and he's like, yo, Kel, this kicker sucks. I can't believe you bet on him. And now I'm like, great. I had Western Kentucky miss a field goal, got stuck going to overtime, loses by 3. I had them on the money line. Fresno State's quarterback gets killed. The week before, Slovis got killed. I'm just like, nothing is going right for me. And I got Prez just chirping, just doing what he does. And then I think he realized that maybe it was not the time. Like, you want to chirp on Monday morning, fine. But like 30 seconds after, and I was glad the Ravens lost that game, because if you're not going to cover, I hope you lose.
Yeah, no, face right there. What's up with you, Skee? I saw on Instagram, man, you getting them hundreds cashed out to you, my guy. What's up with you, man? You had a good weekend, look like.
Well, yeah, I had a good weekend, and you know what we do when we have a good weekend. But WNBA, I went 5-0 in the finals, and in NFL so far I'm 10-5. So my best bets have been winning, and I'm gonna enjoy it. So let's keep it going.
Yeah, it was a real good. Yeah, the WNBA, actually, I had closed the finals an 11-3 run, man. It was real good. I had a huge bet on the Aces to win the I didn't even have to bet game 4 because I needed the Aces to win the championship minus 110. We about to go pick that shit. I still hadn't even calculated all that up, man. But we finna get to it, guys. It's all business here, guys. Let's get to some games here. 2 games up, then maybe we'll go through some early looks for week 3 NFL, my guys. First game up. Let's go over here to the streets of Buffalo. We got the most likely looking like the Super Bowl champs here, man, barring any major injuries here, but they are laying 10 points here on the prime time game here, Kelly. Not sure if I want to lay the 10 with the Bills. They do have extra prep time. We know the Titans going to take a step back this year, but this is a huge game for them as well. And Buffalo, hopefully they're not looking ahead next week to the division game with Miami. But Kelly, how you looking at this game?
I would think Buffalo would look ahead. They lost the last 2 seasons to this team. So surely they're going to be like, all right, we got our asses kicked last time as 3-point road favorites. If you guys remember, that was the game I needed 50-something from Derrick Henry, and he almost got there. But I think that should be fresh in the Bills' mind here, right? Like, they should not be looking ahead. But Miami pulled off, as I said earlier, that nice win. So maybe they are. Skee, Jay, we talked about this on Monday. Bottom line, these primetime unders have been cashing like crazy. If you like the Bills, I think the under is a better play here. And that's just because we're not expecting much offensively from Tennessee. I expect Tennessee to run the ball and to limit Ryan Tannehill, because what we've seen from Tannehill so far this year has not been good. We'll see how they end up playing tonight, but I lean towards the under here. I don't think I'm going to be getting involved. I'll be really honest with you. This is not a Bills team I'm ready to lay this much chalk with just yet, but Ralph Michaels always talks about how double-digit favorites outside of the Rams and Broncos yesterday are almost 70%. I believe they were 67% in the NFL over the past 5 years. So I lean towards the under here, but I'm not going to be getting involved.
Yeah, that's fast there. Skee, what you think about this? You think the Bills defense can help this one stay under? What are we going to get from Tannehill and Derrick Henry and the boys over there? Heard they upgraded Josh Gordon over there. Maybe he's going to be gassing up on the sideline over there, Skee. Which
I agree with Kelly's assessment that well, if you like Buffalo, if they get up by margin, I think they just kind of milk the clock and get out the game. Because I do think that game next week is a lot more important because it's a division game versus one of the top people in their division. So that's just how I'm looking at it. And then from the Tennessee side, obviously you got to lean on Derrick Henry. So to me, that sounds like under. But I'm starting to like the side a little bit more here. I think this is too many points. Titans as a dog of 4+, they're 8-3 straight up and against the spread their last 11 games. And like Kelly mentioned, one of them was versus the Bills last season. I think they got up to a 6-point favorite in that game, and they lost outright. So this has been a good road for the Titans. They're 0-1. Their division is still wide open. Like Colts lost and tied, and Houston lost and tied, and you only have the Jaguars 1-1. So this is a big game for the Titans. Ralph Michaels, he has some trends to back this up, but game number 2 off a loss as a favorite, 40, 26-2 against the spread. That's 60.6%. That says to back the Titans tonight. And then teams off of a win versus teams off of a loss, 57-1, 41.2%. That says fade the Bills this week. So betting anything in this game is Titans +10 for me.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hey, the Bills hadn't beaten them boys by more than 10. Obviously, this is a totally different Bills team. So, I mean, you can take it how you want. But since 2006, man, the Titans are 7-3, are 7-3 against the spread the last 10 games versus the Bills over there, and 7-3 straight up as well. And those 3 wins, the Bills only won by 1 point, 1, and 7. So they hadn't beaten these guys by over 10. It's definitely going to be an interesting game. I see the Titans taking a huge step back. I think Tannehill's getting them there worse and worse as the years go on. Basically have to lean on Henry. You losing to teams like the Giants, man. If the Bills come in here ready to fucking play, they could really smash these guys, especially after being owned by this team the years past. Now the best version of the Bills. I know that 10 is high, but if they really want to make a statement tonight in prime time, I feel like they can't. I didn't bet the game, guys, so don't let me talk you out of anything. But I still lean Bills here, -10, especially with the revenge from the past couple of years. Could be looking ahead here, but this Bills team, guys, I don't know if you know, but these motherfuckers on something else this year, and they're out for blood against everybody. Kelly, what you think here? Any other thoughts on this particular game?
No, razor sharp picks. By the way, the comment section is absolutely and utterly hilarious. It's like the J Money fan club over here with this one guy. That being said, razor sharp picks said line open 51.5 down to 47.5, and the public's hammering the over. This is something we talk about a lot, you guys. This is a reverse line movement. Even though all of these tickets are coming in on the over, that line dropping tells me somebody a lot smarter than I am with a lot more money than I have is betting this under. So I'm glad that I'm in agreement there, but I'm with Jay. I think this is a total pass type of game that I don't really know how to get involved in. I just also looked up Mark Lawrence, writes a fantastic newsletter. I get a lot of little tidbits from him as well. Good friends with Ralph Michaels, and they haven't covered their last 5 Monday night games. I don't like that either. Coupled with the look ahead spot here, I see what you're saying about this Bills team. Everybody thinks that they're going to win the Super Bowl, and by God, last Thursday night they look like it. But I got to see a little bit more from this team before I'm willing to lay double digits in prime time.
That's facts right there. If they didn't have Miami on deck, I'd be laying that 10. That's for damn sure. But like my guy Ronald, he broke it down really nice to me. When you have a divisional game like that versus the Dolphins, and it's a huge game for you, somewhat of a bigger game, I could see them possibly looking past this. So maybe up for this is the thing about football, Skee. These folks could be up 14 in the fourth quarter, and that last drive is they never care about the last drive.
They never do.
They'll let them fucking go score a touchdown. That's why I'm not messing with this shit right here. Skee. Any other thoughts in this game? And guys, post those picks in the chats as well, man. Props, whatever, man. Post them shits. We all trying to cash together. There go my guy Ronald there at Skee. He's liking the Titans with you here.
I don't want anybody to think like I don't like the Bills or I don't think they're that good. I think the Bills are amazing. It's just the spot for this game, I think favors the Titans a lot more. So that's all I'm saying.
That's facts.
Yeah, I mean, they talked about it a lot last night on the different broadcasts about teams starting 0-2 and how detrimental that is for your playoff hopes. And you gotta think, man. I was on the Titans in Survivor. I took 5.5 with the Giants. It was my boy Adam. You guys know Adam over at Wager Talk. It was his best bet. Took the Giants plus 5.5, knowing I had Tennessee in Survivor. And I said, listen, this game just lands 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I am so happy. And I couldn't believe it, up 13-0. And here come the Giants. Titans had no answer for that team. They've got to find an answer tonight. And I don't know if they're going to find it against Josh Allen.
Facts. I don't know, man. You know what? I may not bet against the Bills all year, man. Maybe. I'm just saying, I really think they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. I said it last year about the Rams. It came out, maybe said, we'll see, though. I'll watch this game. Put like this, over and under 4.5 beers for me tonight. And I'm talking about the tall cans.
Give me that over. Give me that over.
I'm drinking tonight, baby.
I'm taking the under.
Skee, no,
are you going to say Jay Money is a lightweight? I mean, no. I only was in Vegas, and I was already not well myself at that point in time.
No, I'm not a heavy drinker. Skee, no. But if it was the old days, or over 4.5 joints, oh yeah, that's for sure. Let's get to the next game, guys. Everybody popping off in the chat about it. This is a fairly even type of game, right? We have the home team laying 2.5 points here, basically telling you it's kind of a pick'em type of game. The Vikings offense looked really good in week 1. I know that was up against the Packers. It was probably a letdown spot for the Packers in week 1, but they have that offensive coordinator from the Rams over there. He's got Justin Jefferson going up against like safeties and linebackers and shit. I can't wait to see this game, guys. I must say, I'd like to lean to the over here. I know the total has been coming down, but I think the Vikings going to score. We know the Eagles can score as well, and the defense looked a lot worse than it was supposed to be on paper, Kelly, in week 1 versus the Lions over there. What do you think about this game? Do you agree with this total dropping or the Eagles spread going up?
I would love to take the Vikings here. This is a Vikings team that I have one in the NFC North. I think they have a good shot to go maybe win a couple games in the playoffs. My biggest problem is I cannot bet Kirk Cousins in primetime. I can't do it. I understand the math behind things, but sometimes situationally, I just have to stay off a game, and that's this game. I'm a big Kirk Cousins fan. Love JJ. That whole offense is rejuvenated with O'Connell being the new head coach. I just can't do it. And that concerns me because I don't want to lay it here with Philadelphia. I'll be honest with you. I think we're going to see this Eagles team. Now, obviously, they're going to be in first place with Dallas having no Dak and the Washington football team just being absolutely atrocious. Giants look a lot better, but that still remains to be seen. I don't know what to make of Jalen Hurts. And that is kind of my problem here. The other thing is that I'm not sold on either team's defenses, which leans to the over. And I'll be honest with you. I have the Vikings in a teaser from early on in the week. I had them teased with a bunch of other different teams, Panthers, Commanders, which is a loser, 49ers down. And I need the Vikings to keep it within 7.5. No, excuse me, 8.5 to be able to cash those tickets. And I think that's all I want to do on Monday night. I know I'm supposed to come on here and I'm supposed to give all these plays out. I can't touch the under here. Even though it's coming down, I don't trust either of these defenses. And so I just have to hope that Minnesota can keep it within a field goal, or keep it within a touchdown. And I don't care who wins the game.
Yeah, and Skee, how is this Eagles offensive line going to look, man? They had Hurts running for his life. I know he can step up in the pocket and he can obviously go and run for first downs, but The guy was running for his life, man. Those against the Lions over there. How's he going to look up against this Vikings defensive front?
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Minnesota's defensive line is kind of like undersized or just not as good as Philadelphia's offensive line. So I think that's, their main edge in this game. How I feel about the Eagles in general, I said it before the season. I just said it like looking at all the lines all year. Like I don't know that the Eagles are that good that I trust them to keep laying points. That's just how I feel. It is their home opener. They are going against primetime Kirk Cousins, who's I think 8-17 or something like that.
He's 3-9 against the spread. Their last 12 Monday night games. It is absolutely just terrible. That is the Vikings as a whole. Sorry, Skee.
No, it's all good. You helping me out. You just put in more reasons why I'm terrified. Minnesota rookie head coach, road debut. I can't get there with the Vikings. I would have to tease them, and I still wouldn't even feel that comfortable. And at the same time, I don't think the Eagles are that good of a team. So I looked at the total. I think we talked about it last Monday, and I was liking the over. It got all the way up to 51.5, and now it's back down to 49, 48.5. So that's making me nervous. But if I'm making one play in this game, I agree with what Kelly said. I don't trust either defense. I think Jefferson will still be able to, get after Philadelphia's secondary, and I would be expecting points if I'm making a bet here.
Yeah, hey, Jefferson said he want to show the Eagles what they were missing over there, guys. We got a little narrative here. He was pissed. It's like, hey, all right, the Eagles didn't want to pick me up and show y'all boys what y'all could have did. I'll tell you this. I think that Vikings offense, just me reading the quotes, the team, they're pretty hyped with their new coach over there, man. They actually have an offense now. They're actually attacking as well, whether they're up or down. They're attacking, man. They're not just going with their conservative offense. You kind of see a new Kirk Cousins out there as well. So obviously it's early in the season.
Razor sharp picks real quick, Jay, right here in the comments. He makes a really good point. Not only did they have a Super Bowl type win over their divisional rival, the Packers, they got the Lions on deck this week. That's a really interesting divisional sandwich spot. That's like a Marco D'Angelo special.
Yeah, hey, that's a good point there. Hey, the Bills, in theory, in that same somewhere, I know it wasn't divisional, but that was a Super Bowl type of game for them as well. But they do have extra rest, though, the Bills. That's a little bit different. It's a tough game for me, man. I'd like to lean to this over. Even though the spread's coming down, I think that Vikings offense is legit. I think we could get to 27-24 in this game, guys. I hadn't bet a single thing tonight, but then I see it come down from that 50.5. I think we see points here, Kelly. What do you think? Any other thoughts on this particular game?
I think we see points as well, and that's where it gets difficult. And Skee said he may tease the Vikings. The problem is there is nothing to tease them with tonight. If you have a book that allows you to open teasers, by all means, that's what I'd be doing here. As I mentioned, that's what I've got to close out 4 different teasers for myself. But please, 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 please don't tease a side and total. Please. I wrote this whole beautiful blog at Barstool, and then my boss was like, we can't post this. We can't educate people and tell them not to do stupid bonehead mistakes like that. I'm like, oh, come on. So I'm going to use Wager Talk's platform to remind people not to tease totals and don't tease through 0. And those key numbers are super, super important here, guys. And I do think that if you can get the Vikings in an open teaser, which means you can put one spot open, give yourself a 2-team -110, 6-point teaser, you'll probably be in business tonight.
I like what Johnny Outlaw is saying in the chat. You don't need to play on every game. Pass on a game sometimes is the best play. Sometimes that's a win, guys. Y'all know me. I'm not an NFL expert. I've started out well, but I'm real selective with my plays. And I very rarely bet like on a standalone, or it's 2 of them tonight, but primetime games. I just feel like most of the people are really kind of forcing, if you ask me, man. So if you haven't played a game, you play it, or a good feel on it, or like the numbers. Me personally, I don't see values in tonight's game, but I'll be honest. I'll tell you my play for next week, man, for week 3, man. If you got anything else on this one, Skee, and then I'll go to some early week 3 looks, my brother.
No, like you said, we don't got to play every game. If I'm playing one of these games tonight, it's the Titans game.
Facts right there. Yeah, Kelly definitely spilling tea if you guys caught that, guys. The people that know, you know anyway, man. But yeah, it's only one play I'll be honest with you. I made 2 plays. Two plays I made. One will go official. I'm taking the Bengals in the bounce back spot here, man. As soon as I'm watching the game versus Cowboys, right? I'm rooting for the Cowboys. All right, we need the Cowboys to win this game, even though they almost pissed it away. Rocking with the Bengals in the bounce back spot. I like what I saw in the second half from their offense. It seemed like they kind of started to get things rolling in the second half there. Now, don't get it twisted. The offensive line still has plenty of things they got to work out there. The Jets coming off a huge win over there, possibly a little letdown over there. But I think Chase and Higgins can get whatever the hell they want. Those quick passes, quick screens, I think they can get the Jets all day with that shit. I'm actually probably going to take a trifecta spot with the Bengals, guys. I don't think I've ever done this with NFL. First quarter, first half, full game with the Bengals. I bet them -4.5. I bet them on the money line as well. That's the only thing my book has. I'm on trifecta spot with them Bengals. Smacks. We're going to fucking Smack City this Sunday, my guys. And also, honorable mention, Ravens -3. I did bet that, but I don't think I'm going to go official with that yet. But I like the Ravens and the Bengals, Kelly. Could you talk me off either one of those?
My only concern with the Bengals, as you nailed it, the O-line. I mean, we thought Joe Burrow got killed last year. They are just in his face. I feel bad. The guy's got no time, and that concerns me. And until then, I definitely cannot be laying points with them on the road. But at the end of the day, who are these Jets team? Who's this Jets team, right? They got blown out week 1 by the Ravens like they should have. And then somehow Cleveland falls flat on their face. Let me tell you, if you had the Jets, the Cardinals, in any form or fashion, and maybe even the Dolphins we could throw in there, go buy yourself a lotto ticket, because that's exactly what those fourth quarter look like there. I'm not condoning taking the Jets against Cincinnati, but I don't know if I could lay it with Cincinnati on the road here.
There are no Steelers or Cowboys defense, Kelly. That was the thing. They overlooked the Cowboys. The Cowboys won that game with their defense. The Steelers 100%. Or the Cowboys defense are no pushovers, guys. I can understand the Bengals struggling versus
We talked about the overreaction last week and it being too many points for Dak to Rush drop, but Rush did exactly what he needed to do for the Cowboys, and that was limit his mistakes. Those same guys he practiced with week in and week out. He's been doing it for years. So why everybody thought that the Bengals were just going to waltz in there and somehow just destroy that team was beyond me. Now, at the same time, I also didn't take the Cowboys, so I don't have much room to talk there.
Yeah, that was if people that was watching the show Sunday morning, that was my ugly game of the week, guys. Everybody's taking the Bengals. I advise you guys maybe want to stay off that game. The Cowboys could win, though, and Cooper Rush now 2-0 with his starts. He did it versus the Vikings on the road last year, and then he won straight up as the underdog yesterday, guys. So people that listen to the show, they know that it was probably a look ahead for the Bengals there, Skee. When you come into a game like that, oh, Dak's out, oh, this shit's going to be easy. They end up losing the game. I watched the post-game interviews. They're pissed off. This is just what the doctor ordered up. Let's just put it that way. Skee, any early looks on week 3? Baseball tonight, whatever you want to do, my brother, before we close the show.
Well, I grabbed this paper last night before I left the book and just kind of, writing who I was looking towards. And I agree with you. I have the Ravens here. Only thing was I was thinking, could they maybe be looking ahead towards Buffalo? But after a loss, nah, I don't think they look ahead. So Ravens -3 look kind of short. I agree with you on your Bengals take. And this is from somebody who has Bengals under 9.5 and 10 wins on the season. But I think, it's time for them to bounce back now. After, like you said, momentum or whatever in the second half too. I like it. The Chiefs, after this past week when they didn't cover and I was on the Chargers, everybody's going to be like, no, Chiefs never cover. I'm not betting them anymore. And the Colts have just looked terrible. So I'm looking at them. I think that one gets to 7. So I would probably try to touch it before it gets to 7. And the Bucks and Packers, I mean,
Skee, you nailed it. Real quick, though, that's getting to 7. If you like the Chiefs, you need to bet it now. Frank Wright's on the hot seat. Nathaniel Hackett on the hot seat, but he's not yet. Unfortunately, it's only his first year. But Frank's getting a lot of heat. And for having one of the best running backs in the league, and all you should be doing is running the damn ball, you got to give him an offensive line. You got to give him a quarterback, and he's got neither.
Yeah, so I'm glad you like that. I'm gonna go ahead and probably look to put that in. I'm gonna finish doing my homework. Like I told y'all, after I have a good weekend, I like to enjoy it. So I enjoyed it last night. I'm gonna do my work today. But Titans, I think they're gonna have a good game today, and I think they'll be the favorite versus the Raiders next week. So I'm looking towards them. The Bucks and the Packers, no Mike Evans. Bucks defense is gonna continue to be legit. Who is Aaron Rodgers throwing to? I probably like under in that game.
Ooh.
And then, Seahawks, I think Geno and them could bounce back versus the Falcons. It's a real small spread, so I like them at the house. And 49ers, it says +2.5 here on my paper, but you said it already has been moving, right, Jay? I probably look towards them versus the Broncos too.
Which one? Yeah, that one's already come down. Open up at -3 for Denver. It's down to a pick. Even -1 showing up at the sharper books. And that Chiefs is already headed to 7 as well at a couple of sharp books. I'd be a little weary of that one. That's as close as you get. I was looking for them 0-2s versus 2-0. That's basically as close as you can get versus 2-0, 0-2. If the Colts do want to save their season, home open, just the way I look at NFL, guys, it's Colts or nothing for me in that game. I wait for it to. It's probably gonna close at 7.5. I'd see Colts possibly winning that game. That's the chance to save their season. You lose that one, you're pretty much done. But that's in that spot. I hope you guys understand it. Just like psychologically, it's an absolute must win for them. They're going to get their quarterback on the defense back, Leonard. I stay away from games like that, but I don't want to talk anybody off their bets. Only 2 plays for me: Bengals on the spread and on the money line. And I'm going Bengals trifecta, but the rest of them not out. Bengals and Ravens for me, my guys. Those are my 2 top looks. Honorable mention is Texans plus the 3, but it's heading down to 2.5 quick. So that's it for me, my guys.
Texans
Kelly, anything
is a great,
else get out of here?
Real quick, Texans is a great teaser spot this week with the Packers, with the Falcons. I think there's some really good opportunities there, especially if you do like the Texans plus the points. This is a Texans team that's gotten rowdy 2 weeks in a row. Had Denver on the ropes yesterday, tied with the Colts. So I like this team, especially getting plus points and over the touchdown.
Facts right there. Anything else, Kelly, before we get out of here? We're going to close it out with Skee.
We're going to close it out with Skee because I got nothing definitive on this Monday afternoon. I don't even know what day it is. It took a lot out of my soul, okay? I gotta go rejuvenate. Maybe I need to go find God or something because I was sure yelling at him a lot yesterday.
Hey, go find some gas, Kelly. Gas up real quick.
Gas. I keep seeing that. What does that mean? I keep seeing it in the comments.
It's weed.
No. I don't like to smoke weed because you know why? It makes me want to take a nap. He knows. Edibles.
You got to get you that sativa.
Knock you out.
All right, Skee. The indica's gonna knock you out. Sativa's gonna have your brain working and have you stand up and stuff. So it's 2 different types, Kelly. Get you one of them sativas. You might like it. Skee, what you liking on tonight's card and looks for week 3? Any baseball tonight, my brother? And let them know what you got going over there. Waits Talk. It's $9 Monday.
The plays I was leaning towards in baseball, they're square. I'm not sure I'll even bet them. It's the Mets plus 104 and Dodgers run line. And if I'm gonna make one play in tonight's football game, it's Titans plus 10 or the under. And I'll tell you, Jay, I like the Lakers over 44.5 wins.
Oh, okay. Oh, this guy here. Man, you better hope they get
as soon as I heard Lakers, I just started laughing.
Skee, we got to start those up, the previews with Vino, bro. If you want, actually, maybe we can start doing them up tomorrow. If you want, we can try to do 2 teams in one video. But let's start those NBA previews up, my guy. I know Rob already hit us up. I don't know about that one, but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, my guys. That's the show today, man. We tried to talk about everything as much as we could. It's 2 Monday night footballs, two games tonight. It's 2 tough ones. And if you ask me, man, if I had a play, I'd love to give it to you guys, but I didn't bet a single thing on tonight's game. Did already bet something for week 3, guys. So, hey, let's get some cash. Let's go 2-0 one time for the one time on those. And I hope you cash tonight, man. It's $9 Monday over there at Wager Talk. Go check out some plays, man. We got a lot of hot cappers over there, man. Skee is one of them over there as well. Baseball plays all day, man. Go check us out, wagertalk.com. Also, check out this odds screen. I stare at it basically all day, just watching different lines move. They have the money percentages and ticket percentages. If you care about that as well, it's huge for me, guys. It's all free, so it's not asking you to pay anything. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. It's us against the bookies. Let's take these motherfuckers to Smack City until they ban us. We're out, my guys. Let's cash.